This is part 2 of turning your ACEOs into prints. I've started making about $1,000 a month off of just my ACEOs and prints. Prints are half of that. This is going to be the Photoshop tutorial. If you're looking for the Canva tutorial, it's going to be the next video. The last part I covered scanning into your computer. You can do the same thing in your phone, by the way. Scanning wise. My file scanned upside down. I know it looks really saturated on camera, but in real life, it's very dull. Flip them over. First, we need to change our color mode to CMYK because we're trying to print this. If you don't have the properties menu over here, go to the Windows tab and hit Properties. Here on the Adjustments tab, you can either use presets, like this one would just brighten it up. There are like landscape ones. Honestly, this one might do the job, but for the sake of learning, these are what we are looking at. You can do any one of these three. Personally, I like levels and the curves chart most. Called a histogram, so it kind of shows you where your lightest lights are and your darkest darks are. So it's very dull because my black point is all the way over here. So one thing I can do is bring this arrow over and it's going to darken my darkest darks. But notice now it just is dark. So I am going to make what is called an S curve. I like a subtle S curve. I pull down a little bit on my brightness, go up a little bit of my darkness, pull the light midpoints in, pull the dark midpoints in, and then you can either do hue saturation or color balance. I'm gonna do hue saturation. And the reason I would do this instead of color balance, photo filter, or anything else, I don't really want to change my greens at all, but the wolf or the fox is still very dull, which again, on camera, it actually looks fine, but in person, it's hazy and it's dull. And again, we don't want to go crazy, so like I only did +3 on the reds because there is a lot of red in this wolf, and that's really what's dull. The yellows are great, so I don't want to do anything to the yellows. And these blues are looking a little too purple in the scan. In real life, the print is really blue. So for that one, I'm just going to drag the hue closer to a purple, but again, not too crazy. I'm not going to go over 6 before any of the settings were changed. And the goal is not to change what the painting looks like, but to make it look like how it looks like. Go click on export. We're going to do a PNG. Don't touch anything else, but I do like to turn on the copyright information one. You can go into your preferences in Photoshop and put in your copyright information. Turn off the convert to sRGB. Save. Be organized with your files. Don't be me and just save them wherever. Make a new file for all of your prints to go into, so that way if you ever want to make more later, you know where they are. Give it a good name that you're going to be able to find later if you're just looking it up.